All right, geometry students, welcome to some 8.1c. Here's what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to look at a relationship that involves the altitude of a right triangle and what that can actually make for us. And then we're going to work with some proportional relationships and the geometric mean, which we've learned how to calculate already. That's going to go with this altitude of a right triangle. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got first. Okay, here is theorem 8-1-1. Okay, that theorem doesn't really technically have a name, so we're going to be calling it that. All right, and here's what that theorem says. If you have a right triangle, okay, so this large right triangle here, and if you have an altitude on that right triangle, okay, so what an altitude is, just to review, it is a line that originates from one of the angles of a triangle. It goes to the opposite side, and it becomes perpendicular to that opposite side. So it forms another 90-degree angle. Okay, so if we have a right triangle already, and if we have an altitude that originates from that right triangle, then what it's going to do for us is it's going to create three similar triangles. All right, so basically out of this large triangle here, we have three actual right triangles that are similar to each other. We have a large right triangle, which would be this guy here, triangle ABC. Then we have a medium-sized triangle, which is formed right here with that altitude. So that's triangle ACD. And then we have a small triangle. Here would be another right angle right there. This small triangle, which is triangle CBD. All three of those triangles are different sizes, but they're all similar to each other. So that means they're all going to be proportional to each other. Okay, so we're going to take that theorem, and the first thing we're going to do is apply that theorem. We're going to write a similarity statement for the three triangles that exist in this figure that are similar to each other. And then what we also want to do is sketch those three right triangles so that we have all the angles and the letters in the corresponding places that they need to go. All right, so here's our task. The first thing we're going to do is sketch these three right triangles that exist in this situation. Notice how it is a large right triangle, and we have an altitude going from the 90-degree angle to the opposite side. Okay, so it creates that situation in that theorem. Okay, so sketching these three triangles out, let's start with our big triangle here. All right, so we'll just sketch that down here at the bottom. So here is our large right triangle. We'll throw a right angle there for it. Okay, and if we look at it, the best thing to do is start with where the right angle is located. So in this large triangle, our right angle is located here at W. So I'm going to go ahead and label W. All right, next we want to identify where is the V and where is the U. Where is our other 2 points going to be located? All right, so I didn't draw this quite well, but here's my short side, or here's my short leg, and here's my long leg of that triangle. And if I look at this, my short leg has the point V, and my long leg has the point U. So I'm going to go ahead and label it that way. So my short leg is going to have V. My long leg there is going to have U. Okay, so there is my large triangle. All right, now let's take a look at, let's get our medium triangle here. We should have a right angle there also. So we'll get our sketch, we'll break out our medium triangle. Okay, so we'll get this guy drawn out. Here comes our medium triangle. Okay, we'll throw our right angle there in it. And if we take a look at our medium triangle, the right angle of that medium triangle is here at Z. So Z is the right angle of my medium triangle. All right, now I just want to identify the two legs I have, the short leg and the long leg. My short leg is going to have the point W, and my long leg is going to have the point U. Okay, so U is going to go up here, and W is going to go out there. All right, lastly, I have my small triangle, the little one that's kind of tagged on to the end here. Okay, so we'll get our little triangle drawn out there. Okay, start with your right angle of that triangle. The right angle is existing here at point Z. So Z is going to go right there. Now let's take a look at our two legs of this small triangle. We have our short leg, which is with V, and our long leg, which is with W. So V is going to go right there. W is going to go right there. All right, so we got all three of those triangles broken out from our large one down to our small one. Now what we need to do is write a similarity statement, and why we draw them out is it makes it easier to identify when we write our similarity statement, because we want to make sure our letters go in the correct order. So let's start with this triangle here. So we're going to say triangle, and it doesn't matter where you start from, just as long as you go the same for every triangle. Let's start right up here at the top. So we'll go from this point to this point to this one. So we're going to go this way. So to name this first triangle, we're going to have UVW. All right, UVW is my first triangle. Then we're going to use our similarity symbol to continue our statement. Now we have this triangle here, and we're going to go with UWZ, same order as the last triangle. So we got UWZ. Oh, that's a 2. Let's fix that. Come on now. Okay, that's better. All right, and then we're going to continue our similarity statement because we got one last triangle to identify. Same order, we're going to go WVZ. All right, perfect, just like that. So we did everything we were asked to do. We sketched the three triangles, and then we labeled our similarity statement here. All right. I have one for you guys to try. Check this one out. See how you guys do the same thing that we just did there. And then pause the video, and we'll take a look at what you guys came up with. All right, let's take a look at what we ended up with here. Okay, so here is our three different triangles drawn out there. All right, you might have positioned them a little differently than what we got here. It doesn't matter how you positioned them as long as they are in the same position. And we got the letters where they should go, and then we got our similarity statement here. All right, now you might have ended up with a different order of letters depending on how you did it. That's completely fine. It just depends on what it is that you came up with. All right, but check yours, make sure that works out to what we got here.